All right, welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Bahamut, your caster this evening, and it looks like, ooh, my webcam is a little, I need to scale up my webcam. Sorry about this. I didn't check this one thing. My apologies. 1 second on this one. There we go. We just block chat with it, that's all. All right, there we go. All right, this is another Nexus Gaming Series matchup. I am Bahamut, your caster. On the left, we're going to have Salted Snacks, and on the right, we are going to be having What the Flex. This is a Heroic Division matchup. And I gotta say, this is going to be interesting going into this. These teams have, I believe, the same record. They're 1 win, 1 tie each. I think so. Either way, let's go ahead and get into this. Map bans were... the coin flip was won by Salted Snacks, so they banned out Towers of Doom. We then had Volskaya banned out by the members of What the Flex. First map choice was Battlefield of Eternity, which gave first pick over to What the Flex, and second map is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. So we'll see as we get into this. Hello to everybody in Twitch chat. How are you guys doing? This music is dope. It's actually the Here's the Storm soundtrack. We're going to be having, though, this Maya being banned out on the side of What the Flex, and Hanzo going to be banned out by the members of Salted Snacks. That Hanzo offering quite a bit into the Immortal burn. I really do like the opportunity you get with the Scatter Arrow burn onto the Immortal. Just a really strong asset to have. And then the Maya and just the team fights, not something you really want to deal with. I'm curious what they're going to, what they're going to prioritize at the start of this draft. I think a lot of what we've been seeing is Stukov, so I could safely say it's that. It's a good start for your draft. You grab a great healer. Malfurion, typically we see in the 1-2 slot with maybe like a ETC, but Stukov, quite a bit of versatility, and the other factor too to consider is that you do have the zone control that you get with him, as well as just the team healing, the pustule spread, the solo target disengage that we've been seeing with a lot of the massive shove. That's kind of my vote, but at the same time, Phoenix is new. They're going to go into the... Okay. They go into Immortal Burn. There's like 6 different routes they can go. Kaber, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Sick beats all right. But that Greymane, it's going to be a really good first pick, especially on a map like this on Battlefield of Eternity. You're going to get that option for the just consistent burn on the Immortal throughout the game. Greymane offers quite a bit into almost any composition, whether it's going to be the dive or if it's going to be just you leave the Greymane to go ahead and burn on the Immortal, and then you have the rest of your team just kind of working on the zone control or even just defense if you do need it in that situation. But though, going over to the side of Salted Snacks, these next 2 picks... I honestly like the idea of the Stukov with either ETC or Garrosh. It's a strong combination at the start. Phoenix, once again, is that option. I don't know if we're going to be seeing it early, but we are going to be getting the Garrosh, and then we are going to be getting... Ooh, okay. We get the Garrosh Phoenix together at the start of this draft. I do like that. But there's 2-3 from the members of What the Flex. Realistically, I think that they could just go into their main tank healer. They could grab... I keep saying Stukov. Malfurion is still a great option here. Roots would offer quite a bit for that Greymane, though the silence is still really, really good for him to dive and capitalize and get that kind of blow up onto someone. Oh, I forgot to turn this back on as well. I am forgetting everything right now. I was scaling stuff and redoing stuff. There we go. All right, that is back. Okay. I like this way better. They're going to grab Alexstrasza, her Royal Thickness, with the Diablo. Diablo, just so strong as a tank that we've been seeing lately, especially with a lot of these brawly areas. I do believe that should get quite a bit of value on the side of What the Flex. Now, on the side of Salted Snacks, if I'm looking at this draft so far, I'm like, all right, you've got burn, you've got heals, you've got a tank. They need a solo lane. Okay, all right. I was just about to say that I was about to start talking about solo lane options. They ban out the Malthael. Looking like they're maybe looking for something a little bit more on the tanky side when they do go into their solo lane. But Ban going to be going over to the side of What the Flex. And same kind of question. I would honestly just look to maybe do a support choke. Huff Daddy Money, Papa Baja, how you doing? And actually, they're going to go ahead and take out a solo laner. They're going to take out that Blaze. It looks like it was something that they might be interested in taking on the side of Salted Snacks here. I still think the Malfurion is still available. Stukov's still available. Rhaegar is up there as well. They're going to need follow-up into the Garrosh. They're going to need Burn Unto the Immortal as well. Do we see something like a Cassia? That might be a little early for the Cassia. They could just flex on that for maybe their Immortal Burn, and then they grab a strong healer and solo laner in this position. I don't know. It's that part of the draft where it's like you're God dang it. Just that copy pasta. Thank you, Huff Daddy. Though, all right, so we are gonna be. It's that point in the draft where it's like, all right, do we pick up our solo lane or do we play the objective? And I personally say maybe you play around the objective. Okay, so they're gonna grab Thrall. They're gonna need, I would say, Malfurion here. Oh, okay, so they're gonna grab their solo lane. That's their Immortal Burn, is the Thrall with the Phoenix. And we'll have to see what they're just gonna grab on as their healer. At this time, though, going into an Artanis, the options are... Oh, you got a lot of options here. You definitely could be going into an Arthas, would work out as well. You could be going into a Dahaka. Yeah, you could do a Dahaka. I think that could work. But overall, I do think that the Sonya might be the stronger one for the solo lane in this situation. I think that might be the route to go. And then maybe you grab some wave clear with like a Gul'dan. We haven't really considered what their major wave clear is. Well, they've got Greymane. They could play a mage from the backline, like a Li Ming actually wouldn't be horrible here. You could get resets off that Greymane, as well as the poke damage will be really beneficial. I actually really like a Li Ming with a Sonya here. Okay, Genji. Ooh, okay, they're going to be going to the Leoric here. The slows will be really beneficial for the team. Greymane can capitalize on top of that. Genji will be able to have a ton of follow-up as well. I really like this on the side of What the Flex here. The draft they put together so far is pretty strong. Curious, though, what we're going to be getting on the side of Salted Snacks. Going to be picking up their healer at this point. It's going to be that Stukov. So Stukov just be flying right through there. I talked about it so much throughout the draft, but it is going to be finally picked up on the side of Salted Snacks. And overall, between these two drafts, I do have to say, I really don't know who to give it over to. I like the overall objective, the burn, the fight from What the Flex. But at the same time, there's a lot of late game potential from the members of Salted Snacks here. As Phoenix does become more powerful, Thrall does, Artanis, Garrosh has a lot more assets, you know, post 10. Dukov as well. We're going to see as we get into this first game here. Oh, just knocking stuff over. At this point, though, Mortal Burn, though, the only thing to consider is it's really, really in favor for the members of What the Flex. And that's one of the things that I would just worry about in this situation. But we'll see, because you know what? If you win every single team fight, you'll be able to take the Immortal no matter what speed you burn it down at. Gonna load in here in just a second. Just waiting on one more member as we get into game number 1 between these two teams. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Salted Snacks with Rossi on the Stukov Infrared. Going to be on the Phoenix Blaze. Going to be on the Garrosh Energy. Going to be on that Thrall. And rounding out the team with the Artanis being played by Chips. And on the right-hand side, we are going to be having What the Flex with Sormir going to be playing the Leoric. Calamity Cat going to be on the Alexstrasza. Kook's going to be on that Diablo. Zulkin going to be playing the Greymane. And Turtles rounding it out on that Genji. Peeking, though, into bottom... Oop, I'm already tabbing onto heroes. My apologies. Meant to bring up meant to bring up the bottom bar as we go ahead and get right into this. Now, the top lane is going to be that Artanis versus the Leoric. We'll peek at that here and there. Most of the fun will be in this bottom lane in this 4-man, as we do have see some, poke coming out. Rossi trying to see where these members might be. But at this time, they're going to go ahead and just play by the gate, let the wave push up, and just poke into it. And I really like this kind of slow play to start from What the Flex here. The other thing to consider, though, is Infrared going to be having quite good, clear on these waves with the alternate on his W. I don't know the name by heart. I was actually just playing Phoenix before this, and I was trying to memorize all the talents, but that was the one thing I didn't even learn the basic call out for it. But the splash damage off of the auto right there is just going to be really, really beneficial for the clear. And then you have energy the entire time, just going to be trying to stack those Crash Lightning off of these members. And with the way that they're playing within the wave, it's not getting many stacks thus far. Overall, though, Blaze going to be working on, Blaze TVD, the Garrosh is going to be working on those Groundbreaker stacks, just making sure that they're going to be getting up there, as the rest of the members from What the Flex going to be going ahead and just getting some health and just playing by the gate here. Peeking into top really quickly, Soromir seems to be pushing in Chips quite a bit, as Chips does need to go ahead and tap that well, making sure that they do have the sustain for this. Now, we don't have the Immortal popping up for the next minute and 30. So maybe look to see the teams rotate off in the next 45 seconds or so. Grab a camp. Maybe see Zulkin going ahead and doing that split off from the team. That Worgen form is pretty powerful into the camps, as we do have Energy and Rossi going to go ahead and down here and get this camp. Now, they did just completely disengage from lane, so Turtle's going to be going in, scouting this out with that Q. Shuriken going to be going out. There will be the stun going out from Blaze TVB. They do get the dive in from Kooks. They do have the Diablo in at this time. Zulkin going to be going ahead and pouncing in as well, but they do have that silence out from Rossi that is zoning them away. Turtle's going to be on this point. They really want to go for it, as there is the dash out with 15 health. Zulkin going to be a little low as well within the 100 or so. Kooks not in the best spot, going to be getting that charge, but that will be the first kill of the game, going over to the members of Salted Snacks. At this time, though, they also grab that camp, so with that, they're going to be able to have this push in bottom lane and also have the Immortal popping up in the next 25 seconds. Peeking into top, though, this entire time, Soromir has been pushing into Chips quite a bit. Hasn't been getting any sort of major value. We see that the tower has taken a little bit of damage, not enough to be really worth worrying about, as this bottom lane is going to get pushed in a little bit while Turtles gets the clear on this. We see both teams, though, at the exact same time diving onto these camps. Bruiser camp going to be picked up by the members of What the Flex. Almost in the same... Actually, they're going to be syncing these up at the exact same time. Both teams going to be picking up these camps as the Immortals pop up right at the start of this. And we have a defense from the members of Salted Snacks. Going to get that Groundbreaker onto Zulkin. Going to get that toss as well. Going to be making onto that stun, and that will be the Greymane falling, as Calamity Cap does pop the Dragon form here. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to utilize this for much of a fight, as they do have Soromir coming in at this time. Looks like they're trying to get on this, as they just trying to get some burn onto this, but the members of Salted Snacks defending this so very well. Meanwhile, though, Genji going to have to rotate into that bottom lane. Going to go ahead and have to get the clear onto this camp, as they do rotate their Artanis, Thrall, and Stukov over to this top lane Immortal, and it is going to get the burn quite a bit. And this is something that we kind of talked about. It's, if you win the fight, and you definitely, with that Diablo kill there, just kind of pushes them back. They backed off there, but it looks like this time they're going to be coming in for the defense on the side of What the Flex. We do have Kooks going in on to Infrared, as there is the warp right out of there. Do take away that shield right away, as Blaze TDB is going to be zoned away a little bit here. Phoenix going to be actually falling to Turtles. I do apologize for missing that, as we do have Zulkin backing off from the team, going ahead and just working on the enemy Immortal, as the members of Salted Snacks are trying to poke in on this. And this is one of the things that I started kind of talking about with that Li Ming and draft. That this is what I was thinking the poke you could get, but Kook's going to get tossed over and not respecting that range from the Garrosh, and it looks like that will be a Diablo kill, forcing these members to have to back off here. Zulkin trying to get the burn onto this, but they're going to continue to fight underneath, as there is the reset for Turtles, that dash onto the Garrosh, getting that kill, and that will just kind of even this up, as they do try and get the burn on this. But meanwhile, Zulkin is just working out this at the exact same time. It looks like this is going to be a race, as Turtles does back off, goes to try and help out the teammate, but it will be the first Immortal going over to Salted Snacks. A little bit of a brawl, though, over these regen globes. This Chip's going to be taking a little bit of damage from Turtles, diving in, actually going to be trying to get this kill. Infrared going to be there, getting that warp for the defense, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to just get a kill either side. Soromir going to have to back it this time, as top lane is going to get pushed down by this Immortal. Now, it did lose its shields almost immediately, as there is the toss combo out from Blaze on that Garrosh, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and get the burn on this. Might not get more than just the tower and the gate. Not going to open this up too much, as Garrosh getting, oh my god, the value from that Stukov. And actually, there's going to be that toss that I feel like saved Kooks. Did I see that right? I feel like maybe there was an overpower. Something didn't look right on my screen. I was like, did someone just get saved by the enemy team? Either way, that is going to be the first Immortal dying. That will go ahead and get the entire front gate. Push that up, and at this point, I thought they were going to be going for that camp. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening, as we do have these lanes being swapped out. Soromir going to have to go into this bottom into Chips, but Infrared going to be down here as well, helping to get this push and pushing, actually, Soromir quite a ways back, as there is going to be the Wraith walk in. Turtle's going to be diving in, trying to get some damage out onto the Phoenix here. Going to have to use that agility, but there will be the swap that does get Chips closer to Turtles. Not going to get that kill, as there is the Spectral Leech out from Soromir. Meanwhile, though, in top, we do have these lanes just being pushed back and forth. Overall, I think, yeah, Turtles did have to hearth back to get full. We do have the Immortals popping up, I do believe, in the next minute or so. It's top lane, though, getting pushed in decently well by the members of Salted Snacks, as we do have the Phoenix rotating up to continue team fighting, and there is about a level difference between the two teams. Blaze is going to be getting Zul'Kan out of position here as they do start this fight, but there is going to be that silence from Stukov, and that is going to be enough to shut this down as Phoenix gets that kill. Swap going to be going out onto Calamity Cat. Looks like this could go a little south for the members of What the Flex, as they do have that knockback in that dragon form. Kook's going to be diving in onto the Thrall, but going to get that toss, and just the back and forth, the overpower. Kook's going to be falling here. Diablo will not be alive, as they only have 69 nice stacks. Meanwhile, though, this top lane is going to be just, they're going to go ahead and grab this camp. It will be pushing into top lane, obviously, as they do have the Immortals popping up at this time. I wouldn't be too surprised to see the members of Salted Snacks rotate down, take this Immortal. And the one thing to consider is that they have 10s here, so the members of What the Flex can't really do too much in this situation. They're going to, I think, try and poke at this one down here, but this will be an immediate burn from the members of Salted Snacks as they go ahead and get this Immortal down to half health and trigger the halftime event, as we do have 10s just trying to they're trying to get these lanes cleared out as well as just soak up for 10s, but they want to take a fight, as they do see the two. There are going to be 3 in bottom. That the toss going to be going out onto Kooks here, as there is going to be the taunt as well, and that will be the silence that gets the Diablo killed. Unfortunately, still not enough stacks to get the revive in time, so that will be another pick. They go ahead and they rotate off and just grab the Immortal, and it looks like this is going to be a fully shielded Immortal going over to the members of Salted Snacks, as Soromir in top lane is trying to push this up and get this gate down and just open up the map for themselves, as well as to get some experience. And once again, we are going to be having the Immortal going into the top lane. Fully shielded, though, this time. 10's achieved, though, for both sides. We do have Phoenix holding. It's the only thing that's out of the ordinary at this time. X-Strike from the Genji. No Dragon Blade, but that X-Strike dive will be interesting. At this point, I'm just waiting. I'm just holding my breath. We do have Artanis, though, just to note really quickly, going to be in that bottom lane. So they have dedicated all 5 members in the top. Artanis will be getting that free push into bottom as they do start to work down this Immortal. The shield is falling quite rapidly. There will be the Entomb going out onto Rossi. They go ahead and try and dive in on the member. There will be the friendly flip out of there as there's the Planet Cracker that comes out, but there is the Apocalypse out from Diablo. Infrared in a bad spot, going to get that warp out. There will be the Chip's actually going to be rotating up in time to get in here, as they did go ahead and get that blind out onto a couple of members. They do lose the Genji at the same time as losing the Stukov in the situation, as they have to back off here. But here's the thing. They took this fight and they traded 1 for 1. In the meanwhile, though, there is an Immortal that's barreling down the top lane, already has opened up the gate, going to be doing even more damage. It's only at half health. These members need to back off and go ahead and get the clear on this as quick as possible, as we do see Leoric not in the best spot, going to get swapped out here, and it doesn't look like they are long to this world, as Soromir will be falling. Going to slow them on this rotation, but going to be falling, giving over a little bit more experience. This will push them closer to 13 as it looks like the members of Saltus Next want to set their eyes onto this fort. Zormir trying to get cheat death as best as possible, but this time going to be needing to play it safe as 13s were achieved by the members of Salted Snacks. They're going to rotate up into... I was going to say they're Bruiser Camp. I was like, they can't go into top lane. I mean, they could maybe get a pick onto Zul'Jin, but that's quite a ways away. And at this point, they're just going to play the game a little safe. They're just going to play it slow. Don't need to go ahead and play this any more aggressive than they have been, but it looks like at this time, they'll be going ahead and setting their eyes out. They do actually, the Sundering might have interrupted the phase shift there. We do, though, have Kooks going to get swapped out. There is the Entomb. Taunt goes out onto a couple of members. That will be Diablo falling. Souls were achieved, though, so that is Diablo coming back at this time. There will be, though, Genji falling, and it looks like we do have, once again, this bottom lane being pushed out by the members of Saltus Next, setting their eyes onto this fort, as there was the Alexstrasza getting killed by the Phoenix. They go ahead and they grab this, and even maybe another pick, and that will be Zul'Jin going to be falling here. Greymane not going to be able to stay alive, unfortunately, here, as they push in further on the side of Saltus Next. Immortal's going to be spawning in the next 20 seconds. They can push this up. They do have Greymane down for the next 16. Alexstrasza did just pop. They can maybe weaken this gate, create a better opportunity. Whichever lane the Immortal goes in, they can just at least push up a little bit further, maybe even take a keep. We do currently have a member dropping at this time. That is going to be a pause, so let's go ahead and pull it away, as my chair does perfectly block this, and we can talk. Ooh. We had a member crash. Ouch. All right. I can read Twitch chat finally. How you guys doing? Thank you for coming by. Your biggest fan is here. What the flex? I mean, your only fan. Everyone's sneaking kills on you. That Thrall at 13 stacks at 7 minutes. I heard Beans pushed it already. All right. 2 more deaths. Hey, James Jameson, thank you for swinging by. Thanks for following. Hope you're enjoying the stream, as it looks like, oh my god. Jameis Jetson, thank you for the sub as well. I do appreciate that. Jameis Jetson, thank you so much for that sub. I do appreciate that support. Thank you so much, my friend. I can't thank you. It's actually perfect timing that you did that. It was literally in the middle of our pause right here. Okay. Teams are actually okay. That was perfect timing. We're gonna get right back into this. Let's go ahead and get right into there. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's break. All right, let's get right back into this. Let me get my mouse correctly back in my hand here. All right. James Jensen, thank you so much once again for that sub. I really do appreciate that. We do have, though, this Immortal going to be popping out at this time. Members going to be rotating in from the side of what the flex is. It looks like they want to go ahead and defend this as best they can. Now, it is 12 to 15. They do have that 13 advantage on the side of Salted Snacks, but I think they know that they're looking for a fight, maybe trying to get that pick. They need to side soak a little bit here. They do see that they're in lane. Blaze TDB going to be coming out, trying to just get them zoned away as they get the burn. And that will be the first half of this Immortal going over in favor for the members of Salted Snacks. This will be traded out, though, in favor for the members of What the Flex. I mean, it's just going to be on the safe side of the map for both teams, as we do have Zul'Jin pushing up bottom lane, trying to get close to 13, but at the same time, Artana is going to be soaking top, trying to get them closer to 16. A little bit of a further, jump to make an experience, as it looks like that 13 will be achieved momentarily. So they are on even talent tiers, 2-level difference, but this is the thing. They've got that advantage, or at least even talent tier, so they can fight this at least the same level here, and they know this, so they're going to be going ahead and just backing off and just making sure that Artanis rotates down. Just going to be soaking this up from the bottom lane. They're going to be trying to get onto this, and once they see this happen, they're going to go ahead and dive right on here, as Kooks is going to get tossed over the wall. Blaze not going to be wanting to take any sort of fight as they move on to this, but at the same time, Artanis trying to do what they can, getting this 16 achieved. Unfortunately, it's not enough from that wave. There is the toss. It just multiple stuns going on into Kooks from the Immortal, as well as Garrosh, as it looks like just go ahead and have them poking in on this, still defending their own this halfway through. And it looks like, ooh, huge Curse Bowl coming out as well as we have the Planet Cracker. There is going to be the Sundering as well. There's just every R button is going to be hit. Planet Cracker going to be doing quite a bit of damage getting that kill onto the Greymane. There was the Entomb that did go out. Extra going to be coming out, but Genji will be falling as well. That is going to be 3 members being killed as there is the pushback from Calamity Cat. Soromir going to be getting out as well, as it looks like this will be the Immortal going over in favor for the members of Salted Snacks here, and they're going to go ahead and take away this camp. On top of that, having that top lane pressure from that, and I do believe this Immortal will go bottom. It is the stronger lane of the two, if I'm not mistaken, yes. So they'll have this camp pushing top, which will be very, very beneficial for them, and then they can have the Immortal in bottom, and it looks like they're going to want to try and take a little bit more, as they do have Infrared pushing up this wave, making sure it's stacked up quite a bit, because there are quite a few archers up here. As in bottom lane, they are going to be pushing this out as best they can, trying to just get that experience a little bit higher, as it looks like the keep will be falling before... Well, it'll be falling in the top lane. The Immortal starting in the bottom lane. That will be keep going out. There is the Entomb, but it doesn't look like it's going to connect to anyone. Chip's going to be body blocked a little bit from the members of the team, though Kook's not in his best spot, as it looks like that will be Diablo falling. No souls to be had, so it's going to be... no tank for the next 25 seconds, as that Greymane will be falling. Massive Shove going to be going onto Soromir, as it looks like they're going to go ahead and get the Wraithwalk right out of there. Turtle's going to be trying to get that dash through, get a little bit of damage out. Once again, going to just try and get onto these members, but it's not going to be enough, as it looks like the X-Strike is going to be used. Deflect is going to be out, just playing around that low health bar. At this time, they go ahead, and the Immortal going to be barreling down that bottom, taking that out. There is the Planet Cracker coming out from Infrared onto the core. Immortal, though, ooh, actually Swap going to be coming out from Chips. There is the Shadow Charge from Kooks, but that won't be enough, as it looks like game number 1 will be going over to the members of Salted Snacks. GG, well played. I feel like the timing for it got a little bit longer. Because I used to be able to do it like, I could hit the button and it would just be like, yeah, it's like right now. And I would get it every time. Or it's just been an entire season away and I just don't really have the timing down just yet. But this will be game number 2 here, as we have Salted Snacks on the left-hand side. And we're going to be having What the Flex on the right. Now, this is a domination league, so it's only going to be 2 games between these 2 teams. So this will be the last game between these 2 for the Heroic Division. And then we will be back at 8:30 for another matchup. But we'll get into that after this game. Let's find out what we're going to be getting real quickly. Burning through this draft already, as we have the Medivh band out on the side of Salted Snacks. Garrosh going to be taken away. Not going to want to deal with that once again. I do not blame them on the side of What the Flex. But Maiev going to be grabbed up right away on the side of Salted Snacks. I do really, really like this. The brawl that she offers into the team fight is absolutely terrifying. Now, with that as a start, they know that there's going to be a lot of setup around there, so they can kind of draft around this, I do think, a little bit. But this time, I wonder... 2298. Alex, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Thanks for coming by. All right, so what are we going to be getting, though? Let's think. They could just start out with, I like the Stukov right away taken out. It's great for the lane clear, and then they can go ahead and just grab, I like ETC with it. Still, I really think it's a strong start to most drafts. Ooh. But they're going to go ahead and grab Joanna. Good grouping for the wave clear in the 4-man. Joanna, again, no. Junkrat going to be having some really, really good poke as well. Yeah, I like this so far. Really, on this either team, really. So look to see maybe a strong mage on the side of What the Flex, but we'll see as we get these next 2 picks in this 2-3 slot from the members of Salted Snacks, as it looks like they've got the Maya first. They're going to want to build around that as quickly as possible. I personally say you grab the Diablo so you can have the Apocalypse with the Warden's Cage, and then you maybe go into the Stukov Silence, or you go into the Malfurion Root. That's kind of my 2 cents as they get going into this draft here. And then, you know, they've got a lot of setup. They can kind of flex on the last 2 slots. They can get their solo laner as well as their wave clear kind of in response to the members of What the Flex. So I think that's kind of the way that they go. I might have said What the Flex for Salted Snacks. But either way, Salted Snacks Okay, so they're gonna go ahead and grab this. They're gonna grab Stukov, so that's another more setup for the Warden's Cage. But they're gonna have Gul'dan as well for their wave clear. I do really like this. Gonna take that away from the members of What the Flex, as they do play that Gul'dan quite well, and it's Tomb of Spider Queen. It's one of those maps where wave clear is a priority, and being able to throw those Qs out every couple seconds, kind of huge. At this point, though, I don't really know. I think you would just choke out the Diablo. You just take that out. I think it works well with their draft already. ETC is good for the setup, but I think Diablo just overall scales better. There's a lot of walls for him to go ahead and get shadow charges into. A lot of good setup, a lot of good angles for the Diablo. I don't think that they're going to be taking it themselves, mostly because they've already grabbed that Joanna. They're going to need something in the solo lane, something a little bit more bruisery, maybe along the lines of like a Blaze, a Sonya. But we're going to see here, as we do have this next band going to be going out, and it will be the Diablo. And I'm not to say, like, I'm not surprised about it. It's just mostly it works with their draft, it works on this map, and they don't need it on the side of What the Flex. Take it out because they've already got a healer. You're going to be kind of just target banning, I guess, you know, if you're looking for solo laners at this point. With the members of Salted Snacks looking at this Malfurion for a ban. Not a bad idea. They're going to need healing on the side of What the Flex, and Rhaegar hasn't been the priority, though Uther could be an option as well. The D-Shield could be huge for a teammate if they do fall into that Warden's Cage. Maybe we'll see that coming out from them here as we do get onto the other side. Josh Jessup, thank you for the sub. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you enjoy your emotes. All right, we're going to be getting these next two picks, though. They're going to need to look into... They're going to need their support. Things like, I don't know, do you flex on your support? Do you flex on... What are they going to be kind of playing around here? Because it's either going to be their solo lane or their support. I don't think they're going to be maybe messing around with the wave clear. Titans King, wait. I believe in What the Flex. Okay. 1-to-1 master. Okay, okay. They do need wave clear. That's the thing that I want to kind of stress at this time, and I'm curious what they're going to be picking up for that. They get the Rhaegar for healing. Blaze for the solo lane. So they're going to go ahead and flex on their wave clear for the map. Now, it needs to be something to enable the Junkrat, because the Junkrat does have good damage, but it's not enough for, I would say, you know, there's, you know, some finishing damage in there, but it's a lot of poke. It's a lot of, you know, sustained over time, but it's not enough for, it's not that burst that you're really looking for. And I'm curious what they're going to be doing to kind of achieve that in this matchup here. We'll figure that out in just a second. I was like so focused on them, like, what are they going to be grabbing? But let's go see. Salted Snacks, they're going to need something. They're going to need a main tank, and they're going to need their solo laner to be going into that Blaze. Now, Malthael is still available. We do see that there is a Joanna Blaze. You can go into that. The damage would be pretty big. Junkrat, actually, well, you could last rights, and then Bunker could come down, but that's a real hair. That's like a hair trigger kind of thing. I like the idea for the Malthael in the solo lane. We'll see here, though. ETC for the main tank, and they're going to grab Leorc for that solo lane. Okay. Okay. Not opposed to this at all. What's your wave clear damage? I kind of like the idea of a Kel'Thuzad here. I think that combo could be devastating. Ooh. It's not wave clear. God, man. They could play a Chromie here. They don't really have a cleanse at this time on the side of What the... Or excuse me, not What the Flex. They don't have a... They actually... No, they have Rhaegar. They don't have a cleanse on the side of Salted Snacks, so that's an option. But overall, it still leaves them lacking in some sort of, you know, siege, some push. Got Joanna for the grouping, and that's why I was like, maybe Chromie, you could do it with that, but it's a little risky, I do think. Specialist territory, you could play it slow with an Asmodan and Abathur. That's crummy. Yeah. I like the way it works. I think that there's a lot of opportunities for the Chromie in this draft. Yeah. I think this is a really good draft out of What the Flex, and I think there's some opportunities here for them to kind of shine, but at the same time, a lot of good stuff for them to, you know, you've got an Entomb, you've got Warden's Cage, you've got a Mosh Pit, even a Stage Dive could be devastating. You've got a Silence the entire time, and then you've got Gul'dan who's going to have some nice boss control. Overall, I really don't know who to give this over to. I think the fight is really strong on the side of Salted Snacks, but overall, into the later half of the game, I think What the Flex could become a really dominant force in this matchup. This is a very, you know, it's a longer map, so definitely is one of those games which is you're looking to get to 20. It's definitely one of those situations where, you know, you're gonna need that Web Weaver, that boss potential combo to end it, but you never know. You really never know the push power that can come out of a team. Let's go ahead. We're going to get right into this as we have game number 2 between these two teams. Up 1 game. Salted Snacks on the left. Going to be having Infrared on that Gul'dan, Blaze TDB on the ETC. Rossi going to be playing that Stukov. Energy going to be on the Maiev, and Chips rounding out that team going to be played on the Leoric. Showing off some jewelry right there. And Turtle's gonna on the right hand side. We're gonna be having What the Flex with Turtle's doing the moonwalk on the Chromie. Calamity Cat gonna be on that Rhaegar. Zulkin gonna be on the Junkrat. Kook's gonna be on that Joanna, and in the bottom lane is going to be Soromir on that Blaze. Now, looks like we are going to be having Blaze just going right into that solo lane. Not going to be going for the 4-man fight at this time, as we do have the rest of the team going into mid. Some more jewelry coming out from Rossi. To moonwalk in a couple seconds. It was on stream, Soromir. Don't worry. At this time, though, we are just going to be having Turtles getting some poked onto those stacks. We'll check in those here and there as Energy is going to be diving in, trying to maybe get an Umbral Bind onto one of these members, as they did go in for those Bonds of Justice, trying to get, I believe, 3 members hooked at one time? Applying a tether. Nope. Might have that wrong. Either way, we'll go ahead, just have these rotations coming out from these members, as it looks like top lane. This is the map that is, you know, the start of this map is a lot of just coin grabbing, and the way that they're going ahead and Blaze playing this a little aggressive there. I do like that. Mostly just going to be looking for gems at this time, as we do have Gul'dan going into those corruption stacks. Not going to be going for the Fell Flame at this time, making sure that in that later half they're going to be having a ton of damage. It looks like Maiev is energy trying to set up for an Umbral Bind here. Going to be getting on to Calamity Cat, as Blaze TDB going to be getting that zone a little bit here. Kook's a little far forward, going to be able to be fine on that Joanna, grabbing a few more gems. Peeking though into this bottom lane between Soromir and Chips. Looks pretty even, as we will actually, Chip's going to be on the Leoric this time, you know, swapping sides here, and it looks like Leoric is pushing in Blaze a little bit. We'll keep checking. There's Calamity Cat. It will be the first one to fall. Calamity Cat on that Rhaegar, going to get killed by the Gul'dan. And looks like we do have just rotations coming right back out. Bottom lane though, Soromir gonna get a little low from Chips. We do have a positioning from Blaze for maybe a potential, or excuse me, Blaze TDB on that ETC for maybe a slide into Soromir, but they did tap well, so that will be just fine, as it looks like there is the Umbral Bind, but the Unstoppable is used by Kooks to make sure that they do not get any sort of tether. Time Trap going to be coming out, not going to be connecting the Sandblast though in time, as there is also a Root. Energy not going to be hit there. And it looks like at this time we just have Soromir diving in on 2. Leoric going to be using that Wraithwalk to get out just fine. Mid lane though, back to the rotations between these two teams. I gotta say, on the side of Salted Snacks, I like their wave clear, I like their rotations that's coming out so far. We do have the Vault of the Warden coming out. We do have Turtles getting quite a bit of damage into this ETC, but it's not going to be enough. There is the Time Trap. We do currently have Energy going to be trying to get in here. There will be the... no Umbral Bind, actually. Got to be getting a whole lot of these Qs off. Going to be healed by, though, Rossi at the last second. Going to be able to tap well. On top of that, not going to be losing their Maiev anytime soon, as it looks like the gems are starting to stack up quite a bit in favor for the members. of actually it's about dead even, I would say, as Blaze going to be going ahead and getting this power slide out. Neither team is looking quite close to getting turned in. I do believe there may be a wave or two away each. We do have Soromir getting those 15 in, not wanting to dump those anytime soon. Rotation, though, coming out into this mid lane, as it looks like Kooks is going to go ahead and just get more gems, and they are going to be able to get turn-in. Turn-in's available for both teams. Sorry, I'm hearing time traps go off, and I'm like, is there a blow-up coming? No, it doesn't look like it at the time. 1 gem away on the side of What the Flex, 7 away on the side of Salted Snacks, as it looks like Leo doesn't have enough. Zulkin could just sneak this in, as well as Calamity Cat. Energy going to be trying to do the same. Not going to be enough there as well. They're just split a little bit too much between the two teams, as it looks like they're just trying to get these two members, Energy and Rossi, trying to get these two in at this time. They do get stunned out, as it looks like this is just going to be delayed between these two teams so long. Nothing being turned in at the bottom at this time, as mid lane is going to be pushed in once again by Infrared. Though Rossi looks like they're going to be able to get these last 4 in. Oh, there will not be the blind in time. That will be first Web Weavers going over to the members of Salted Snacks. 7's achieved, probably going to be for both teams relatively at the same time. A little bit behind on the side of What the Flex, but overall they'll have 7s for this couple seconds of this push. Soromir are going to be popping the adrenaline boost there, trying to get just some extra clear here, as there is the Web Weaver popping into the bottom lane. Gonna peek at top there really quickly, as we do have a whole lot of corruption coming out from Gul'dan, who I believe is 27 out of the 40 stacks needed. ETC at 12 of those 20 stacks needed for the proc rock. They're trying to push this out in top lane, making sure they don't lose too much, as Chromie does get a combo out onto Rossi there. Turtle's going to be just poking out at 30 of the 60 stacks necessary before getting the clone, as the Umbra Bind goes out onto the Joanna, not going to be utilized, as there is the Unstoppable Blaze. TDB falling a little bit low on that ETC. There will be the sand dumped right on top of that cow's head. Will be a kill going over in favor for the members of What the Flex, as they need to get the clear onto this Web Weaver, dropping quite a few gems on the side of Salted Snacks. Not going to be a whole lot from the bank, but this time mid lane was pushed out quite a bit. Calamity Cat taking some damage though from Infrared in that rotation, as Chips is going to need to go back. Soromir pushing back quite a bit here, as Energy and Rossi going to be coming down. There will be the slow, the silence is going to be there as well, but the adrenaline boost is used, and they have that extra movement speed, as well as just that Pyroblast or Pyromania was used as well. Calamity Cat and Kooks setting up here. They're just trying to get that 1 gem turned in at this time. Looks like Zulka will be poking out onto Energy. Doesn't look like there will be... Oh, there's going to be the interrupt from Rossi at this time. They know that they're trying to get this in this bottom lane. Rotation going to be coming out from a couple of these members, as it looks like Calamity Cat's falling a little bit low. That Umbral Bind is going to be played right in there, but it looks like Rhaegar will be falling first in this fight. And they start to back off here, as Kooks has 19 of those gems getting slowed. Gonna tap well at the same time, but that will be, I believe, Zulkin getting the turn in just in time. Gonna go ahead and trigger the Web Weavers for the members of What the Flex, as the lanes are evenly pushed in, I would say a little bit in favor for the members of Salted Snacks, though they should have this clear quite quickly in the bottom lane. Mid lane will push them a little bit closer to 10, but it won't give it to them, and that's the big thing at this time. They're gonna have 10s achieved on the side of Salted Snacks, and so they're gonna have this clear a little bit quicker, because they can't be too aggressive on the side of What the Flex. Not having that 10, they don't really want to take this fight. We do have Chromie though with the slowing sands for a lot of that good control in some of these fights, as well as just some zoning potential as well. Gonna get that Web Weaver in that top lane cleared out, as mid lane is gonna be pushing in at this time. Rotation quickly from the members of Salted Snacks. That Lurking Arm will be coming out to go ahead and get the the clear onto this. ETC actually going to be using that stage dive to come right into here. Blaze going to be using the dive right out with that jet propulsion. Won't be enough, as the fear comes out at the same time. There will be the Warden's Cage on top of that. They're trying to get out of here, but Chromie going to be falling first. During this Soromir falling so very low as well. Gonna get the jet propulsion now, and that will be just the 1 member falling, as the Web Weavers went over. They got 10s, but I will say that this was, even though it was the members of What the Flex's Web Weaver phase, Salted Snacks, I think, got quite a bit of value from this, and maybe look to see them turn in the next 10 seconds, as Chromie is coming back to life at this time. They may be in position to go ahead and get the clear on, or some poke onto this. Zulkin setting up in this top position to make sure that at least they have vision for that. And they're going to be going for it at this time as they do have those grenades to just get this poke out here and there. Not able to destroy those two things that they're going to be... Ooh. Energy's still holding on as they go ahead and dive in. It's on teams. I have made this clear. It's on teams. You handle your pauses. All right. That is going to be the pause. All right. Let's go ahead and... All right. So, talent-wise... 10s at least, let's talk about that because it's not something we really got to talk about. We do have the Entomb out from the Leoric. We have Horrify, Stage Dive, Warden's Cage, Energy. And we're also going to be having the Flailing Swipe from Rossi, so not going to be having the Massive Shove. Oh, of course. All right, teams are ready, I do believe. All right. Let's get right back into this as we have Webweavers going to be captured. Excuse me, going to be spawned by the members of Salted Snacks here. Top lane going to be pushing in a little bit. Looks like the wave is crashing in that lane in favor for them, but they do have Kooks going back up here. And the one thing I want to note really quickly is Kooks at 42 gems. That is the majority of the bank for the members of What the Flex here, as they do need to play this a little bit safe. And no loop GG rip. Yeah, I was actually, that was the one thing I was kind of expecting is to have that temporal loop. They really didn't have anything to kind of stop it. So that's why I was excited. That's why I was thinking the Chromium draft is they didn't have a cleanse. They didn't have anything to deal with it. There wasn't anything to stop that. I mean, Vault of the Warden, yes, but you just don't put it on the Mayo then. You just focus it on Rossi, the Stukov every single time. Either way, 13's achieved on the side of Salted Snacks. Turtles trying to poke out here as they do get the mid lane fort pushed down. Bottom lane is going to be pushed out as well. Rotation's coming out though. They get the slow into Kooks here. They get that pick on to Blaze. That is quite a few gems going to be dropped. I do believe it was around the 15 mark on that Blaze. So they go ahead, rotate into this bottom, push in a little bit further, and get this experience value more in their favor, as well as just keeping just these... Wow, huge grenade gun, or concussion mine going to be going out from Zulkin at that time. There's going to be the Umbral Bind pulling one of the members, but it won't actually get the pull. There is going to be the Riptire. There is also the Warden's Cage coming out on top of that as well. A little bit of zoning going to be working out as there is so much damage going to be coming out from the Gul'dan. Hasn't finished those corruption stacks just yet, so it's only going to be getting more powerful as they only need one more stack to finish that out. One thing I want to note though, at this point, Kooks is one gem away from currently having enough just for the turn-in for the entire team, and that's one thing I'm curious that they might be trying to aim for at this time is pull the attention away from the members of Salted Snacks into a different lane as Kooks goes for that turn-in. We do currently have Blaze TDB scouting this out. All right. A little bit of poke coming out back and forth here. Now, this is a little bit of a timer. Bottom lane needs to be pushed out. They need to respond to that at some point because that siege camp will be doing quite a bit of value as that will be stacking up as it is actually kind of already. Looks like they will have Calamity Cat rotating down here at this time. Once they see that, look to see maybe the members of Salted Snacks play this a little aggressive. As it looks like we do see Energy maybe coming out a little further, but they go ahead and get the rest of their gems turned in at this time. They are sitting at about 23 out of these. They need 23 more for the 60 turn-in that they need to achieve. This time, though, these teams are just playing it safe between these lanes. No one really... Murda, yo, thank you for that host. I do appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the game. We are in game number 2 currently on this Tomb of the Spider Queen game. Kooks is currently sitting at... quite a few gems as they try and dive in onto the member. It looks like there will be the silence. They will be losing 60 gems. They use the Wardens. Oh my god. They even burn the ultimate to make sure that they drop all those gems and they don't get them back. That is the majority of the bank account dropped for the members of What the Flex here as it... Murdy, you dropped. Thank you for raiding thank you for the raid. I do appreciate it. everyone just came in and just saw someone drop 60 gems on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and it looks like they're going to be trying to engage here onto Turtles as their Soromir going to get that charge onto a couple, stalling it out for just a second. There will be Entomb that doesn't connect. ETC going to get that point blank stage dive. No connection on any members, and it doesn't look like they get the pick they're looking for, but they don't need much more for a turn-in. Looks like at this time it will be handled almost by energy, as they only need 2 more, which Gul'dan I do believe has, and they're going to be setting themselves up for it. Rossi going to be helping out, trying to turn this in. And at this time it's 16-13. This is heavily in favor for the members of Salted Snacks as they start to push up this top lane. This is the boss lane. A lot of teams consider this the win condition, or at least I consider it the win condition, mostly because you can throw boss in that lane as well. You have Web Weavers that you can stack on top of that. They get the fort, and these Web Weavers will be pushing up quite far, and this looks like it's going to be a big defense they need to take on the side of what the flex here. Web Weavers, though, descended at this time. Mid lane pushed out quite a bit. Bottom lane pushed up by Leoric. Chip going to be doing a little bit of solo laning there. Going to be doing the same thing in mid, maybe rotating up to the team right after that. Though this top lane going to be poked out by Turtles a little bit. 48 out of the 60 stacks needed for that clone to get the extra damage out as well. Really good poke damage, though, out from the Ghoul by Infrared. They did finish those corruption stacks at once, so can be able to get that 2 wave of corruption onto a couple of these members. Just make sure they need to land it up. But overall, going to let this Web Weaver siege quite a bit. Soromir going to get hit a couple times by that. But overall, Web Weaver in top lane defended. But meanwhile, in bottom lane, Chip's going to be going ahead and getting a huge push. And that will be a keep falling here. At this time, we're just going to be having this. Yeah, this is going to be boss picked up by the members of Salted Snacks as they have this push into that top lane keep. I don't think that they're going to be able to rotate in time for this or even potentially take this fight. Soromir are going to get this pushback. Book's going to be getting slowed in the rotation in. Energy going to be setting themselves up. They do have the Warden's Cage. The Unstoppable is used. Just going to be walking right out of there, but that will be boss picked up in favor for the members of Salted Snacks, as it looks like this will be pushing up the top lane. Bottom lane, though, they did get that keep with the Leoric and the Web Weavers, so that does have catapult pressure consistently. Leoric pushing up that mid, working their way closer to 20s, creating a lot of good map control and a lot of map dominance here on the side of Salted Snacks. Zoning coming out from the Stukov at this time, trying to set themselves up. Going to be poking out from Turtles into that backline a little bit. Going to be also finishing that level 1 talent. Excuse me, that baseline talent. Going to be getting the charge in from Soromir at this time. There will be the Umbral Bind onto a couple of members. Riptide going to be out from the Junkrat. I do not believe it made connection onto any of the members. Blaze TDB falling so low on that ETC. Going to be able to rotate back out of this fight. Bunker going to be coming down at this time. Not going to be utilized as they do have quite a bit of poison damage. They need to clear out this boss as the keep fell. All they have left is the mid lane keep. They rotate out, and it looks like they're going to be pushing this up a little bit further. No Web Weaver turn in for either team at this time, but it is getting a little close for, actually quite close for the members of What the Flex, but they've been zoned out so far, and they don't even have their 16s yet. It is quite close. These waves have been kind of coming to them, so they do have that slight advantage getting to that 16 mark. 19. This is the time when they really need to look out for a fight. They need to maybe either take a fight, get a turn in. Honestly, for them, they'd probably be looking for both. At this time, though, we do have the members of Salted Snacks grabbing this camp in the mid lane. Gul'dan will be grabbing the one in bottom, making sure that they just keep this map pressure up, consistently making them have to rotate, play their game, making sure that What the Flex doesn't really have any sort of control over this matchup, and they're kind of just scrambling to constantly micromanage their lanes, split their assets to make sure that they're just getting this clear. There is no pressure that's mounting too heavily in a lane, as it looks like we do have a rotation coming out into this top lane. There will be the stage dive onto Zulkin. At this time, we do have the Blessed Shield coming out from the Joanna, knockback from the Concussion Mine. Looks like Calamity Cat not going to be in the best spot. Heal will go out, but it won't be enough as Rhaegar will be falling at this time. Zulkin trying to poke at it into a couple of these members. The Soromir going to the backline onto Infrared, not going to be getting the kill they were looking for. Going to be getting quite a bit of damage put onto them. Bunker going to be coming down at this time. Don't know if it's going to be enough as Turtles is trying to poke out from this safe area. Blaze TDB taking a lot of it to the face there, as it looks like Soromir is not long for this world, going to be dropping a few gems. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane, we do have the Siege Giants stacking up, going to be working on these shields, not getting any sort of damage onto the core. Gonna get pulled back by Kooks at this time. A little bit of a worry on the side of What the Flex, but overall, this is going to be still in control and in favor for the members of Salted Snacks as they try and poke out from their core on the side of What the Flex. We do have so much going out onto Zul'Jin at this time. Healing will be there as well. Ancestral going to connect. They do burn that at this time, and they know this on the side of Salted Snacks. They have the 20 advantage. They can push it even harder. They've got the spell spell armor from the shaman in this bruiser camp. They're going to be playing within that just to make sure that they don't take up too much damage from this poke out from Chromie. Going to be making sure they get the pressure onto this keep, pushing this in very heavily, and it looks like at this time we are going to be losing the Leoric, but we actually have a stage dive going into the back line. There is the Warden's Cage going to be coming out. Kook's not in the best spot as we do currently have Joanna going to be falling. Soromir going to be diving under a couple of those backline members. We do have the Umbral Bind going onto Calamity Cat. We'll be getting that kill onto the ETC, but the Death Mosh will be there to set them up for a potential... I was going to say a bunch of potential damage, but it looks like there might be some abilities on cooldown as they start to chase this out. Energy and Infrared a little bit low, but they need to get the clear onto their core. They have bottom lane managed. It looks like Zul'Jin will be pushing back top. They stop it at 59%. But they've got a lot of work to do at this time. Now, they do have those 2 kills. They can rotate out and potentially get the turn in. Go ahead and have that little bit of breathing room. These late game Web Weavers too, they're going to be extremely powerful siege-wise, so if they can push out these lanes a little bit, make sure that they have a little bit of map control while they have these 2 members dead. I mean, the Stukov and the the ETC being dead at this time could be huge for them, but the fear going to be coming out onto Zul'Jin. That is a huge pick on the set of Salted Snacks. Soromir going to just go ahead and pick up the rest of those gems as it looks like they go and set their eyes to return him, but I think they're going to want to stall this out as best as they can. Soromir going to get a few of those gems in. It looks like there will be the Umbral Bind onto 2 of the members. Not going to connect fully onto that Blaze as Calamity Cat needs to get out of there. Going to be using the Healing Totem. That will be Leoric falling at this time. Do currently have energy taking a bit of damage here. There will be the Blessed Shield coming out from the Joanna. They get the huge pick onto Gul'dan, and that is going to be another big play for them as Blaze TDB going to get that knockback in time from Soromir getting that stun. They go ahead and they're just going to get some poke out, but at this time, they're setting their eyes out for this turn-in. Actually, Calamity Cat stopping it a little bit early there. Energy didn't get the poke that they thought they did, but this should be enough for the turn-in at this time. That will be Web Weavers descending, but here's the thing. Top lane so far pushed in. Mid lane so far pushed in. Bottom lane, this has got some value, but here's the thing. There's catapult pressure. I guess, you know what? It's a 50-50 mostly because of the fact that it's 20-minute Web Weavers. These things are quite powerful. They're not going to be getting a whole lot of value. We'll be pushing up the lanes, evening it up a little bit, but overall, this is just kind of buying time, and really they need to figure out a play, maybe get a pick onto a specific member. Setting up themselves on the side of Salted Snacks. Maybe trying to do the same thing here. This late in the game, I mean, a single pick can, with 60-second death timers, it is huge to get picks, as we do have a couple of these members on the side of What the Flex grouping back up. Looks like they're going to go ahead and just go into this mid lane. They let bottom push out. Leoric is going to be showing in bottom. Silence is out from the Stukov. Poking out with the Chromie at this time. Leoric still showing in bottom. Luke's going to move a little bit farther forward. They start to move onto this fort, opening up the map for themselves here. This is just going to be played real slow. Leoric got the clear into the bottom lane. They're going to be getting this fort in mid. Looks like they rotate up at this time. Going to be going ahead and getting the clear onto this Web Weaver, not allowing this boss lane to be really a big worry for them as they still have the fort. Mid lane, though, being pressured still. They want to open this up even further. They go ahead and they have the time trap for some vision. They've got the Junkrat mine out as well. In case someone does rotate in, they take out the sidewall and start to just, get a little bit of control on the map themselves. They push this out, creating a little bit of a longer lane for the members of Salted Snacks to rotate through. But here's the thing. They need about 16 gems on the side of What the Flex to realistically get another turn in. And I don't think they're going to allow that to happen on the side of Salted Snacks. They're going to be looking for either the fight, and it looks like both these teams are actually going to be posturing on the boss at this time. Poke onto Infrared. They're just playing in this top lane. And here's the thing. they can delay this out forever as long as they don't lose a member on the side. Oh, I spoke too soon, as we do have huge Horrify going to be coming out at this time. The Entomb comes out from Chips. They is a little bit far in the backline, going to have that Wraith Walk right out of there. There is going to be the Warden's Cage coming out, stage diving into a couple of these members. There will be the Flaying Swipe coming out. That Blaze will be dropping the bunker right in time. Luke's going to be using the Unstoppable from that 20 talent upgrade. ETC going to be falling, but getting that Death Mosh. Flaying Swipe going to be knocking a couple members back. They actually get the Stuke off at this time. They get the Joanna counter pick. But here's the thing, it's a 2-for-1. They go ahead and they move on to Chips at this time, who will be falling as well. And it looks like the members of what the Flex need to... I'm sorry, I'm looking at minimap in this fight. All at the same time, Zulkin going to be going back because catapults are mounting onto the core at this time. Going to be utilizing the Q as quickly as possible to get this clear. Those catapults you can see doing so much damage. But with those couple picks... I don't know, it doesn't look like they're going to be doing anything. They got 3 kills there, despite what you actually see in that top bar. Leoric is dead at this time. It doesn't look like they're going to go for that boss, though. They go ahead, they get their lanes pushed out. They don't have enough for turn in. Actually, Zulkin will have enough after this lane clear. Anyone will have enough for after a lane clear. So they go ahead, they can get a turn in at this time. They're not going to be scared. Are they going? They're not going boss. I was like, wait a minute, that's way too risky. Hey French, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. Zulkin, though, going to be going ahead and scouting this out, setting up a little bit around this point. And it looks like these members will be going ahead and getting a turn in here 23 minutes into this game. Okay, I gotta say, so this is going to be 24-minute web weavers. These things are going to be quite powerful. Mid lane does have a camp to push that up as well. The thing is, though, the one thing to consider is that there's consistent catapult pressure. That is the one thing that they need to worry about on the side of what the Flex. And they're doing a really good job of just kind of micromanaging their lanes, making sure that they're you know, not losing too much onto their core. Granted, though, they did have to go back a little bit late for that last one, losing, I think, about 10% on their core. But overall, this mid lane will be pushed out quite quickly. Bottom lane is going to be evenly held out by that web weaver. They're actually going to back off at this time. No fight going to be breaking out around Joanna as the Unstoppable is used. They're trying to get out of here. The Ancestral is going to be connecting as well. Kook's going to be playing this safe. That is going to be Blaze TDB going to be falling so low, but the Death Mosh will be there, going to be going and getting 4 of the members as Turtles. Oh my god, the Horrify and so much damage going to be coming out from the Gul'dan. There will be then Undomitable or Unstoppable used on the Joanna, that 20 talent pickup. That will be Leoric falling. Gul'dan going to be falling as well. Energy going to be getting the blink out of here as Kooks wants to get this chase. Webweaver still pushing in. Here's the thing, though. Mid lane has pushed itself up. Zulka needing to go back at this time. They do still have shielding on this, but they do not want to take too much damage. There will be the Concussion Mine to push this back a little bit further. But these guys are not, and gals, want to note that, they're not out of this game just yet. They are definitely playing this as best as they can. Zulkin kiting these catapults around, just trying to get the clear, and also not dying at the same time. Playing with fire here at about 800 health. Gonna have the wave to help push that up. But at this time, they rotate onto the camp, onto the boss. And the talent, I could not think. Indestructible. I was like, Indomitable, Unstoppable? That's not right. Indestructible. That was procced by the Joanna, saving their life once again. I gotta say, this is not how I expected this Tube and the Spider Queen game to go if you asked me about 10 minutes ago. The way that it was being played, the keeps that were falling so quickly, the strong rotations coming out from the members of Salted Snacks, but they get what we return in here, and the thing to consider is that mid lane is pushed in so far, and they're forcing it. They're gonna try and backdoor the core. They have the Hearth back. They're pulling them back. They could honestly, they could get them all to come back at this time and turn right around. Stage dive going to be coming out from the ETC onto Turtles. They're going to be committing to this. There is going to be the stop there from Turtles in that Chromie at this time. The silence is going to be coming out. Webweaver has descended onto the core at this time. Still going to be having that shielding. The Warden's Cage is going to be coming out. We do have Energy falling first. Maiev going to be dying here, as we do have Chips going to be falling as well. Leoric dead with the Maiev. Rossi going to be getting that flailing swipe out, and it looks like this Webweaver isn't going to be enough to end this, as it looks like it will knock down some shielding. Will it get some percent off the core? As it looks like, yes, they will be getting some damage, but it won't be ending it. Top lane, though, this is the one thing. This boss got a ton of value pushing this in. This keep down at 2,500 health. Meanwhile, though, that Webweaver also so far back. Looks like at this time they're able to push up these lanes once again, losing just a few more percent on this core. I gotta say, this game. This game, 27 minutes, Tomb of the Spider Queen. The thing to consider is like everything is scaling over time, so everything is getting stronger and stronger and more devastating. So you know, like catapults, these things do so much damage to your core at this time. So you need to make sure that you're micromanaging your lanes, pushing them out consistently. But you also don't want to be too far out. The death timers are so long in this game. It looks like they want to get some even catapult pressure themselves. Turtles and a couple of the members going to be trying to focus down this keep, as it looks like there was one blast going to be utilized. But they go ahead and they back right out of here as they do not want to take a fight at this time. They go ahead, they get the time trap around the corner. Chips going to be getting the Wraith Walk out. They get some damage out on that Leoric as they start to chase this back. The thing is, though, they can delay this. They can delay this as long as they want. They need to send someone back as quickly as possible on the side of What the Flex, because they need to deal with that bottom lane. Those catapults are so strong. They get the keep in top lane. They start to run themselves back right away. Silken going to get this Hearth, but it's going to be in lane as these guys are going to be looking for the chase this time. No dismount just yet. Oh, they won't be able to Hearth. I don't know if they're going to be able to Hearth in time. You can see these catapults are chunking. I think they're going to be losing a little bit more percent onto their core. Oh my god, this is I gotta say, this is quite the intense end of the game here as Riptire is going to be coming out, going to be actually nullified by the Fear, and it looks like they dive right on. Blaze TDB trying to get onto this as it looks like they go ahead and end the game. That will be game number 2 going over to the members of Salted Snacks. GG, well played.